Well, here we go back by popular demand. We're going to be looking at the rookie cards of Joey Votto, also known as Vottomatic, Toki 2, and my favorite, Jovo. I selected him because he's been in the news here lately this past week. And I don't, he's 40 years old. He hasn't announced retirement yet. He's basically announced that him and the Reds agreed that it's time to part ways. So who knows if we'll see Joey Votto perhaps make another a run or two in the near future. Time will tell. But I selected him also because he plays such an intricate part in the rookie card story. When you sit down and dissect and look at his rookie cards, we have a very interesting dynamic happening. So that's for that reason in particular is the reason why I chose him to do this video. You ready? Then let's do it. So with their pick of the 2002 MLB June Amateur Draft, the Cincinnati Reds selected Joey Votto from Richview Collegiate Institute. He debuted in the MLB on September 4th, 2007, and spent his entire 17-year career with the Cincinnati Reds. He's a six-time All-Star, a 2010 MVP, a 2010 National League Hank Aaron Award winner, a 2011 Gold Glove winner, and a 2017 Lou Gehrig Memorial Award winner as well. His career stat line is 2,135 hits, 356 home runs, a lifetime batting average of 294, and a WAR of 64.4. Now let's start with this card. The 2002 Bowman Draft Picks and Prospects, the one that many of us believe is his rookie card, right? Because it's the one featured in Beckett catalog, that sort of thing. But when I researched everything that occurred during a 6-year span, I started getting reservations about this card actually being a rookie card, and we'll talk about this as we move along. But this set right here is a 165 card set released by Topps in December of 2002. It was distributed in pack form and bundled together with a Chrome edition. This is something that Bowman did for the very first time. And what they did was basically merged two products into one. And they were doing this quite a bit in the early 2000s. You can check out my video about Albert Pujols to give you full details on what happened there. But what they were doing is they would take the Bowman Chrome and they would actually call that like a separate set. There were two separate sets, the Bowman draft picks and the Bowman Chrome draft picks. But instead of calling them parallels, they made them two separate sets, and those two sets were merged into one. Really did not like that concept at all. And so this technically then is two different products, not necessarily a parallel. Here's what I want you to keep these important dates in mind, okay, as I start here. Number one, he was drafted in 2002. He debuted into the MLB in September of 2007. But because he's a September call-up, he doesn't necessarily qualify as a rookie because he didn't meet the limitations in September 4th of 2007. Instead, his debut season is 2008 when he exceeded the rookie limits in 2008. So keep that in mind. For this card, for the Bowman Draft Picks paper, let's just call it the paper version just to differentiate. But the PSA pop is 104 total graded. 0 10s with 23 9s on the paper. I can imagine that being tough with that dark borders, right? There is a gold parallel, one gold parallel for this one, and it's pop 22. And for the Bowman Chrome Draft Picks, there is a PSA population report of 649 with 172 10s. Now, there's also this 2002 Topps 206 set that was released, and it has, there's 5 parallels. Most of them are minis, and it's one of these things where this one doesn't really get mentioned very much. All the attention is really given to the Bowman draft picks and the Bowman Chrome draft picks, but this indeed is another set that was released in 2002. PSA Pop reports for this one, 39 total graded, and 6 of them have been given 10s. Again, there's 5 parallels. The most scarce of the parallels is the black. On the black, there's total of 4 graded, 0 10s with 3 9s. Now, for the sake of time, I do want to give, a little bit of pop report information. I'm not going to do it for all the cards. I'm not going to do it for all the parallels because that would just consume too much time. What I do want to give you is basically the base card totals and then the rarest parallel numbers, so we can, depending on where you're at, you kind of know what to look for. Moving on, let's look at the year 2003 now. And basically, these 2 cards were the only cards released of Joey Votto in 2003, and they're basically minor league cards, right? Dayton Dragons. There's a total of 14 that have been graded, and 2 of them have been given 10s. I kind of like that one. It has that 1984 Topps flavor to it, right? Like that a lot for that reason. And then the Billings Mustangs. This one only has a total of 7 cards graded, and oddly enough, all 7 cards were given 10s. But in 2003, again, these are minor league cards. They don't really qualify as rookie cards. Also, keep in mind that in 2003, Joey Votto was still not in the majors. Moving on now to 2004, these are now the cards that were released of Joey Votto in 2004. Working right to left, we see 3 more basically minor league cards or prospect type sets, okay, dealing with the Midwest League, the Just Prospects, and the Dayton Dragons. But again, minor league cards, right? Now, this beauty over here, the 2004 Bowman Signs of the Future, is a very sought after card. I don't really hear a lot that this is actually his rookie card, but it is like a very cool looking autograph, right? And that just adds to the appeal. Is it that it's an autograph card, on card auto of Joey Votto, very early in his career, and I would say that this card is really sought after. Now, the Bowman Signs of the Future has a population in the PSA Pop Report of 117 total graded. 35 of those 117 have been given 10s. There is 1 parallel, and that is this exact same card with red ink that he signed in red ink, and that has a population of only 1, and that 1 was given an 8. So very hard find there to whoever found that one. Congratulations. The red ink parallels are serial numbered to 25. But then something really interesting happened in 2004. And that is in November of 2004, the MLBPA sends a memo to all card manufacturers stating the following: remove the MLBPA licensing logo and the MLB Properties logo from the backs of cards of players who have not yet had service on a major league roster. That's interesting. And they gave it a January 1st, 2005 deadline. So here is this. We start to see the emergence of the PA and the takeover of the rookie card. So they basically gave warning, hey, starting in January 1st, 2005, we expect that if a player is not on a major league roster, we expect our logos, our licensing logos, to be removed from those cards. So 2005 rolls around, and as you can see here, very few cards produced of Joey Votto, right? The industry, I can imagine, is probably in a scurry, right? They are trying to figure things out, how this is going to work, how it's going to look going forward. And the only card that was produced of Joey Votto in 2005 was this 2005 Sarasota Reds, card number 12. But it's a minor league team. This is a, a team set released by the Florida State League, and is technically, this doesn't qualify for a rookie card. So now May of 2005 rolls around, and the MLBPA, they gave a press release, and this press release was to notify the entire industry and the hobby that a new standard is in place. And basically, to summarize what the Players Association said at this press release, it all boiled down to this: no rookie cards are going to be made until the player makes it to a pro level roster. The card must be licensed by both the league and the Players Association, and a rookie card logo is mandatory. So this begins to add another layer of complexity to Joey Votto cards, because still, as of 2005, Joey Votto still has not debuted on an MLB team or an MLB roster. So 2006 rolls around. Seems like the card manufacturers are kind of getting their ducks in a row. They're starting to figure out how this is going to all look, and they start ramping stuff out. 2006, these are the cards produced of Joey Votto. A total of 33 cards produced when you start to consider all of the different parallels of these 6 cards. But in 2006, Bowman Draft, interestingly enough, the 2006 Bowman Draft has no MLB nor MLBPA logos on the backside. Why not? Well, because the legal authority said so. So it begs to question now, at least in my mind, that if the Bowman Draft product of 2006 does not qualify, it's basically a prospect product, and if it does not qualify for rookie card designation, does that also, do we need to apply that same rule to the 2002 Bowman Draft cards? I don't know. I started to consider all of these things, but in 2006, they weren't legally licensed. And so what that says is, this is basically a prospect product is what it boils down to. But regardless, Votto in 2006 is still not in the MLB, and he was drafted 4 years ago, but he is still in the minor leagues. Now, in 2007, there is a total of 66 cards of Jovo, and this includes all of the parallels based off of these 9 cards. What we see here, we see a lot more autographs starting to be available. Bowman Draft is very interesting because it does have the MLB logo on the back. I'm assuming it's because he debuted in the league in September of 2007, and Bowman Draft was released December 11th, 2007. So I'm assuming now that the reason why there's an MLB license on the back of the card is because he did actually debut into the league. However, legally, he still can't have a rookie card because he is a September call-up. Technically speaking, a date is set at the halfway point of the season. Any players debuting after that date must wait until the following year to get permission from the Players Association, or they can enter like a request special permission to include that player after that cutoff date. But that's a story for another day. Technically speaking, though, 2007, these were all the cards produced of him, but he is still, as of September 1st, he was still not in the league. Needless to say, all of that, September call-ups do not qualify for rookie card designation. Even today, that rule still exists today. They cannot produce a rookie card of somebody that came up in September or anybody that came up after the cutoff date. It's basically what we'll have now today is a Topps Now call-up card is what we technically get today. Okay, so I want to jump in here and kind of just break up the flow a little bit. And I want to explain to you kind of my view of cards, rookie cards that were created prior to the Players Association takeover. I am typically one that likes to respect the cards that had already been established by Beckett Publications and by the hobby, and I don't like to rewrite history. That's something I've typically frowned upon. But in this particular situation with Joey Votto, it's just a very complex situation, and it's one of them things where when I look at the entire picture from like beginning to end, um, I don't really agree with Beckett Publications calling the 2002 Bowman draft a rookie card, and I don't agree with the collectors that actually view those as rookie cards either. Why? Because it's a very complex situation, and I think we have to use a little bit more logic than that. I think we have to, well, why? Why not? Well, I'm going to explain to you why. I'm trying to explain to you the why nots, but it really boils down to this. I consider the 2002 Bowman draft and the Bowman Chrome draft that to me is a prospect product. They're little 55 card sets that basically feature the 55 draft players. They don't even give you all of the draft players. They only give you 55 of them. And then there's a 110 card prospect subset. So the entire set in its entirety from like everything is like it's a prospect set. And I don't consider prospect product as rookie cards. And so those are really my reasons why we're going to dig into it a little bit more here as we move along. So let's, and it's basically, guys, it's my system, right? As I take all of these cards and I filter them through the rookie card guidelines and best practices, and I go to classify these cards and really dig into them and dig into the sets and how are they distributed and how and I start to ask myself all the questions that go along with it, then the end result is that I don't consider 2002 his actual rookie cards. Let's move on and let's take a look at now his 2008 rookie cards. Here we go. Now, 2008 rolls around and we start getting into the nitty gritty of Joey Votto rookie cards. Again, I consider the 2008s to be the true rookie year, the true rookie cards of Joey Votto, not the 2002, not to rub salt into a wound for those who believe that the 2002 is the true blue rookie card. But for me personally, I beg to differ. So here we go. We're going to be looking at the cards released of Joey Votto. Um, Again, this is all, funneling it through the system that I've created. And there are approximately 338 cards produced of Joey Votto in 2008. And that includes parallels, inserts, subsets. It includes everything. Let's begin. I know I'm not going to give you population reports on all of these. I'm just going to choose which ones to give just to save time. But we're going to start with the Allen and Ginter card number 129. PSA Pop Report shows 283 of these total graded. 223 were given 10s, probably because of the easy to grade white borders, right? Now there's two parallels in this set. The black is the most difficult. Keep in mind this, guys, when I'm going through these, I did not include printing plates. I don't view printing plates as rookie cards, just my preference. Also, the one of ones, I do count one of ones as a parallel. I do count one of ones as a true rookie card if it falls into line with the base card, right? If it's a completely different looking card, then I don't count it. But if it parallels the base rookie, I do count that as a parallel, even though it's a one of one. But I will not, as far as the PSA population information, it's not going to be one of ones. I'm going to give you the second hardest card to pull. In this instance, there's two other parallels, which includes the one of one, but the hardest after the one of one is going to be the black. Okay. There's a pop report of 20 of those being graded, 0 10s, and 7 of them were given 9s. I hope that makes sense and you're able to follow along. I'm sorry if I confused you all, but here we go. Bowman paper, right? As many call it. Very nice looking card here. Pop report of 36 have been graded, 0 10s and 4 9s. There's 4 parallels. Of the 4, the orange has a pop report of 7, and only 1 10 has been given on the orange. Bowman Chrome, um, card number 194. The pop report is showing 194. 99 have been given 10, so a pretty easy card to gem here. 6 parallels. The red is pretty scarce with only 5, serial numbered to 5, and there's a pop of only 2 of those reds being graded, 0 10s and 2 9s. A very intriguing card that I find is the E-tops. Now, technically speaking, in the past, I would not consider the E-tops actually qualifying as a rookie card only because of its distribution method. But when I filter the cards through the rookie card guidelines and best practices, I have an entire section that speaks on distribution. And when I filter the card through that concept, I'm forced to, not my personal opinion, but by the logical, reasonable guidelines that are established, the E-tops does qualify. Okay, it is an internet era. There is opportunities for everybody to get this card via the internet, and I kind of did some pretty extensive research on the internet. Inside of that document, you can check that out to kind of give you my reasoning behind including cards like this. Now, so the 2008 E-tops is a pretty unique card. There are no parallels. PSA shows a pop report of 66 total graded. 18 of those 66 have been given PSA 10s. So I wanted to break away from this slide here for just a moment because I want to address the 2008 Bowman draft and the Bowman Chrome draft for just a second, because I know you see it here and it's listed as an actual rookie card. But just moments ago, I said that the 2002 wasn't. And I want to give some explanation there. I just feel that from 2002 to 2007, that product missed the mark in multiple ways. But in 2008, it didn't. They do qualify. When I filter those cards through my, I guess, system, let's just call it for lack of a better word, they qualify in every aspect. They're properly licensed. They have logos, the distribution, everything is legit. So I'm forced then, despite my opinion or yours, I'm forced then to label those as true rookie cards. And I think 2008, what the indicator is that 2006 was such a force to be reckoned with. It's one of those things where 2006, guys, is the dawn of a new era. It was that stark of a difference, that dividing line between cards prior to 2006 and cards after 2006. So for those reasons, 2008 Bowman draft and the Bowman Chrome draft do qualify for rookie cards. And it's one of those things where what I'm seeing as I look at this throughout a 6-year span from 2002 to 2008, it's really Votto taking so long to get into the MLB was part of the problem. And it's probably hurting him or affecting his career-ending numbers, right? But it's one of them things where that was the entire reason why the PA got involved to begin with, is because card manufacturers were releasing players into their sets 4, 5, 6 years in advance. This kid didn't make it until 2008, but we find him in 2002. This is the exact reason why the PA got involved to begin with. So it violates every aspect of the rookie card when I'm looking at it from 2002 to 2007. And it comes down, guys, at the end of the day, for me anyways, because this is how I operate this system. And that is, it all comes down to what the rules say. This is how come I love having a set of standards, a set of guidelines on print. That way now, when there's doubt, when there's question, we can refer to them and make a better logical explanation as to what is what. And I think that's what I'm seeing here. And this is how come, uh, regardless of what I think, you think, or anybody else think, I like to say, hey, no, let's stop the debate. Let's stop the arguing. Let's stop what do the rules say? And that to me is the bottom line. And that's how come rules exist. And this is how come a law system exists. And this is how come governance exists. Because when everything hits the fan, right, we have to have a standard, an expectation to be able to judge these cards appropriately. Let's move on to the next batch of cards. I'm kind of taking them in alphabetical order. I don't know if you've noticed that, but we're going to start with the SP Authentic card number 137. These are pretty cool. There's number one, they're serial numbered to 999. They have a piece of jersey swatch and an on-card auto. So it's somewhat of an RPA, a true RPA. And the reason why I call it a true RPA is because this card was actually within the base set. It's card number 137, and this is how all of the rookie cards in this set looked. And so a lot of times and this is a video for another day, but today a lot of manufacturers create these kind of things, and they're basically insert sets. They're technically not even rookie cards, but that's an entirely different story for a different day. But here we look at the SP Authentic. As we look at the numbers, Pop Report is 44 total graded, and 12 of those 44 have been given 10s. There is one parallel of this card. It's a gold, serial numbered to 10, and there's a Pop Report of 3, 2 of them being given a 9. Up next is the beautiful SPX card number 109. Population report is 12. 3 have been given 10s. There is one parallel. It's called the silver, and there's a Pop 3 with 2 9s. Now let's get into the flagship. Tops number 319. Population report 1,657. 980 of those have been given 10s. There's 4 parallels. The most rare is the black, serial number to 57. Pop report on this parallel is 9. 2 of those have been given 10s. Now this gets pretty interesting here with the Topps factory set. Now I typically do include factory sets as rookie cards. It's ridiculous to think that they're not. But this one, I don't, and I'm going to tell you why. As I'm researching this and filtering this card through the rookie card guidelines and best practices, this kind of falls into like an image variant. Okay, and I'm typically okay with image variants. I do include image variants, short prints, super short prints as rookie cards, unless, and the only factor is, so long as the card back and the card number are the same. If you're going to change things up entirely, both front and back, well, it's a completely different card altogether. And I will not consider those as a rookie card. But this Topps factory set for this card, I don't count it, because if you look at the back is identical on the base card and this one. But now look at the numbering. The numbering is number 14 of 20. So what that's telling me is that this was somehow created to be some kind of like insert or subset type of thing. And when I did some research, it was actually, they came in like a pack, and the pack was included, the set is like 20 cards in the set, and you got a few cards inside of a pack that were inside of the factory set. So it's more, it comes off more like an insert set or some type of subset, and it's completely numbered differently from the rest of the set. Now, if this card would have been card number 319, it would have been considered a rookie card. But those are types of things where we're trying to remove the muddied waters, right? We're trying to bring lines of clarity. Image variants have always had a standard within the hobby. It's here in the last 10 or so years where all of that's been taken out and thrown out the window. And that's how come we have muddied waters. But this is how come I'm trying to bring back those guidelines and try to reestablish some principles, long-standing principles, right? And for that reason, 2008 factory set card number 14 of 20 is not a rookie card. Moving on. Topps Chrome. Let's take a look at the beautiful Topps Chrome. Card number 196. PSA Pop Report 340 total graded. 137 have been given 10s. There are 7 parallels in the set. The red is the most difficult with a serial number to 25, and it has a pop report of only 4 graded, 0 10s. 3 of those red parallels have been given 9s. I do like this one because it also has another parallel for the National Sports Collectors Convention, which is a pretty neat card. 15 total have been graded, and 6 have been given 10. So keep your eye open for that rare little card there from the national giveaway. Moving on, we're going to be taking a look at Heritage now as we start wrapping up the Topps brand and start looking at some Upper Deck stuff. But here we have Heritage, right? Card number 146, population is 139 total graded. 52 of those 139 have been given 10s. So a pretty easy card to gem there, if you can find it. No parallels in the Heritage. Topps moments and milestones, card number 145 through 147. So there's like this is a very complicated set to decipher. Number one, the base set has 3 cards featuring Joey Votto, card number 145, 146, and 147. Each of those has an enormous amount of parallels. And to me, it's crazy to try to consider all of those cards rookie cards. Now, if you go that route, then he has 60 rookie cards in this set. That's just insane to me. But a standard that has been implemented for many, many years is that the first card featured in the set is the rookie card, unless the hobby says different. Okay, that's the exception to the rule. And I get into that a lot more inside of the document, Rookie Card Guidelines and Best Practices. But coming back to this set, in this instance, this is just madness what this set is the way it's tiered. With that said, card 145, the first card featured in the set, is the rookie card in my eyes. Total PSA Pop report of only 5 cards. The reason, because these are serial numbered to only 150 cards. 0 10s, 2 9s have been given. There's for card number 145, there's 2 parallels. The blue is serial number to 10, and the pop report is 2, with 0 10s given on this one. So this one, cards 146, it turns into like a Joey Votto documentary, and it's like it gives like 20 cards, and then card 147 is another tier of documentary, and it features another 20 some cards. It's just absolutely crazy, this set. True rookie card number 145. Moving on. Upper Deck Premier, let's look at that one. Really nice autograph card here, card number 241. These are serial numbered to only 299. PSA Pop reports show 11 have been graded. 3 of those have been given 9s. There's 5 parallels for this one. The most rarest would be the gold, with the exception of the 101, of course. The gold is serial numbered to 50, with a pop report only showing 2 of those golds being graded. 0 10s, the best card of those 2 cards graded is a PSA 7. So that's us. Those are going to be kind of hard to find in really good shape. Moving on now to the Upper Deck, right? Who was with me that Upper Deck needs to come back? Upper Deck card number 349, population report is 185. 82 of those have been given 10s. There is only one parallel, and that is the gold, and those are serial numbered to 99. Pop report shows a total of 3 graded, 0 10s with only 1 9. So that pretty much sums it up. Let's look at some totals. So in 2008, 338 cards were produced. And when we filtered those 338 cards through the rookie card guidelines and best practices, we find that 25 of them classify as rookie cards. But when we consider the parallel cards, there is a total of 123 total rookie cards of Joey Votto. The remainder of the 215 cards that were produced fall under a rookie year identifier. Hope this helps. Well, hey, I hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks for tuning in. I went ahead and created a playlist on my YouTube channel that specifically is going to entail all these types of videos. If you like this type of content, please feel free to check them out. But remember, I want you to keep this in mind as you're looking at them. My older videos that were made in this type of format, I did not include parallels as actual rookie cards. I have since then changed my stance on that. I've got videos created on that if you need more information. But I do consider parallels of the base rookie card. I do consider those rookie cards as well. With that being said, remember, my friends, que todas las tarjetas de los novatos no son iguales. Not all rookie cards are created equal, my friends. Until next time, I'll catch you on the next one.